Hi, this is Carolina, and I'm going to do a little tutorial on how I trim Mulder's toenails. I think a lot of people who have birds are afraid to trim their toenails, and it's understandable because they have a quick in their toenails, and if you hit that quick, it makes them bleed and it hurts them. It's just like if you cut your own nails too short. So I'm going to preface this by saying I don't use clippers at all. And I don't use a single file because it just takes too long. I use this kind of file that looks a little bit like a Dremel tool. It's called a Petit-Paws. And I'm going to get it out in just a minute, but first I want to talk to you about how you introduce it to your bird. So the way I first did it was I just had it out and I would put it in my lap and I'd fiddle with it and I'd put it down. And I'd put it in my lap and I'd fiddle with it and I'd put it down. And then I'd put it in my lap and I'd cut it on. And I'd fiddle with it and then I'd turn it off and I'd put it down. All of these without ever using it on his nails. So that he got used to seeing it and having it around and hearing the noise of it. Then I would take it out, turn it on, and do my nails a little bit with it, just so he could see that there was no harm in it. Oh, kitty, will you please stay right there? I need you to be right there. Okay, come over here if you want. And I just eventually worked up to getting him used to the sound of it, the sight of it, and the fact that it was not a big deal. So then whenever I want to do his nails, I go ahead and get the Petit-Paws thing out first and I stash it somewhere. Right now it's under this red pillow so that when I get it out it's very calm, it's not a big deal, and then we use it. So the other thing that I recommend in addition to Petit-Paws is have some coconut oil so that you can give them a little foot massage, but it's also good for them if they eat a little bit of it. They like the taste of it, and it's really good for their skin. And if you've got a bird that's a feather plucker, that can be really good for both putting it externally and letting them eat a little bit of it. Mulder likes it. They like the taste of it. And you want to associate this doing their nails with something that feels good. So you might want to give them a treat like peanut butter or a pistachio or whatever your treat is that your bird really likes a lot. Do the nails for a second, give them a little treat. Do the nails for a second, give them a little treat. So the last thing before I actually show you how this works, you're so cute standing on that cat, is how low do you want your bird's nails to be? When your bird is standing on a flat surface, you want to be able to slide a business card between his nail and the floor. So I let Mulder's nails get too long before I learned this, so I didn't rush to start taking the extra length off. I would just every few days do a little bit. Every few days do a little bit that gives the quick a chance to recede, so you're not going to accidentally hurt your bird, and it doesn't traumatize them too much. So I'm going to go ahead and open the coconut oil so you can see the treat. He really likes this, and they love the foot massage too. So rubbing it into their feet and into their beak is really good for them. Put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. Can I sit you up on his arm? That's my boy. Yes, don't be running off. Don't be running off. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the Petit-Paws. This is what it looks like. And I've taken off the little shield that you use to catch the fingernails. You don't need it with a bird. It just gets in the way, honestly. I wouldn't even use it with a dog. I'd just take that little yellow thing off. And what it is a little piece of file that when you turn it on, it turns in a circle. So he's familiar with it. He sees it. He doesn't love it. When he starts doing that clicking thing, he's like, oh, man. But he doesn't hate it. So they have 4 nails on each foot. You just do one at a time. So I'm going to start with this front one. I'm just going to lift it up. That's my boy. I'll turn this on and I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Leave it. And then I stop and I set it aside. Give him a little bit of love. Give you a little bit of love. Just forget about it. We normally do this while we're watching a movie or something. So we've got time to kill. We're not in a big hurry. Don't do it in a rush, and don't get all excited about doing it because they pick up your energy. Birds are very empathic. They feel the emotions of the people around them. So you want to be calm. So now we're going to do the second one. We'll do the second longest one. Here we go. That's a good boy. I wish y'all could see this, but I don't have anybody to hold the camera. I'll do this one back here. So I just go along the bottom, and I hold it. I might go back and forth. That's my good boy. And close it. Oh, my baby. And I give him some love. We only have one more nail on that foot. You see how long this is taking? It's not taking very long at all. And that's that little, the one we have left is that little tiny one in the back. Can I get that one real quick? Can I get it? Can I get it? That's my boy. That's my boy. And be aware of what you're saying to your bird. So I give them lots of love and lots of, oh, that's a good boy. That's a good boy. But I keep one phrase until I really am just about done. And that's when I say just about done. But I don't say it till I really am. I don't want to lie to him, and he's figured it out. He'll be like, when we first start this process, he'll be like, just about done. I'm like, no, baby, we just started. One more. Oh, one more, too. So we just have two more, baby. 1 and 2. So his nails now are just about where that you need them to be. Know that if you have an older bird and they don't have lots of wood to chew on, their beak can also grow, and sometimes they need their beak trimmed. Now, Mulder is 20 years old, and he has never really needed his beak trimmed, and it's because I give him lots of wood stuff to chew on. I put great big sticks in his cage, and I let him hang out in trees outdoors when I'm outside hula hooping and stuff, and so we haven't had to do that, but you might want to go ahead and get them used to it, just in case as they age they need it more. Just turning it on, letting it go near their mouth. It's not going to hurt them. They're going to try to touch it with their tongue because that's how they taste. It's also how they smell. So touching things with their tongue is one of their cockatoo's greatest senses. So you don't want him to touch his tongue on this, though he might anyway. It'll give him the lesson. Don't do that. That doesn't feel good. If you decide that you do want to do his beak, ooh, give him a little rub. Their beaks are very sensitive. You never want to squeeze their beak or pinch it. They feel a lot of stuff in their beak. So when you're ready, you're just going to hold it. You might want to hold the bottom closed and do a little touch, just like that. And then say, I'm so sorry. I know that feels awful. Now comes the fun part, the coconut oil. So I'm going to get a little glob out. And I'm going to put it in my hands. It's about a quarter. Can I put you over here on this little towel? That's my boy. I'm going to let him eat some. Oh, don't take it off because he freaking loves it. They love it, I'm telling you. Then you rub it between your hands, let it melt. And then you rub it on their little feet. Can I have your feet? He goes, give it that. Give it. No. Rub, rub, rub. We'll get nooks and crannies. Kitties like it too. Now, while I do this, I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about Mulder. So when I adopted Mulder, come on, one more foot. When I adopted Mulder, he didn't have any feathers from his head down. So we've got him almost fully feathered right now. I think in a couple more years he'll be fully feathered after all these years. So part of it, I think the reason that birds lose their feathers, there's a bunch of different things. Boredom, they pluck, stress, unhappiness. But also, most of these birds live in rainforest and they need showers. And in captivity, they often don't get wet enough. And they would get wet for like a third of the year, every single day. Give me. I'm going to get that beak. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. That's my boy. There's a little bit. Eat that. Yeah. You want a little bit more? So, giving them a little bit of coconut oil to eat. And also, if you've got a plucker, putting it on their skin where they tend to pluck, it'll keep their skin from being so dry. I know. Eat that. There. Got you all greasy now, don't I? It'll help them not pluck so much, and it will also help them not itch so much. So that's how we do it. That took longer probably than it needed to, but again, don't rush. But, do it while you're chilling with your bird and he's in your lap and you're happy and comfortable. And then, reveal the petty paws. This is what it looks like. And keep it hidden away when you're not using it, because they will try to get to it and disassemble it. They are very smart birds. I can't tell you how many things he's broken that he doesn't like. So when we're not using it, I put it away, and that way he doesn't feel like we're about to use it. Coconut oil. And he also is not worried that he's about to get a nail filing. So, come here, baby. That's my boy. Come up here and tell them, ow, tell them. Say, he's a good bird. See how shiny his beak is now? Yeah, he's a good baby. And look at those feet. Happy baby. All right. So that's how I do it. I recommend that you do it that way too, instead of using clippers or trying to cut them or trying to use a nail file and do it like this. It takes forever, and that really does stress them out. You saw how short a time that took. Okay. Mwah.